Greetings, Willow here once again with Willowlemechant's Divine Magic. And today I'm going to show you how to make your very own jar of herb infused love oil. This can be used to anoint yourself to attract love or any objects to attract love. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing that you're going to need is a jar for your oil. This is a 4-ounce jar. I purchased about a dozen of these for under $20. You want to make sure whatever jars you get that they do have a screw lid on them because you are going to be shaking oil. You do not want it to escape. So as pretty as corked bottles are, they do not work for this project. Okay. Now, this love oil is going to be infused with intention and your own magic. So it is very important that you're going to be working with this every day. And that's why we're going to be shaking it. We're going to be working with the jar. So you want to make sure it doesn't leak out. All right. The next thing that I have is my candle that I've previously anointed. And I have my own oil that I made called Irresistible. And it works. I'm telling you, I wore it the other day to work and everybody wanted to give me hugs. It was awesome. And I had lots of clients that wanted to give me hugs. And so this stuff actually works. So I thought, let's anoint this candle with it and let's see how that helps this love oil come together. So you're going to need your jars. Now you don't have to purchase jars. You can also use recycled jars. This is an 8-ounce jar. I think this was from Honey. But as long as it has a screw lid and you can clean it, I put this through the dishwasher after I hand washed it. So it's double clean. And then I would still go ahead and smudge it anyway. So to get started, you're going to need your jar, the herbs necessary to create your oil. And I'm putting Rose Quartz in mine today. The other thing that I like to have around me are my own stones and crystals. So I always keep one of my large quartz with me. And today I'm also working with this Rose Quartz heart, all for love symbols. So I'm going to bring these in. Now this is what your finished product will look like. You're going to have a jar. I put a sticker on it so I remember, what I made. And I work with this and I shake it every day. And I set mine on Urzuli Freda's altar, but you could set it anywhere that you'd like that's in a cool place. I do infuse this for 1 day in the sun to get the oils to absorb into the herbs a little bit better. And then after that, it goes on the altars. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is get some sage burning here on my charcoal. I have my abalone here and I've got charcoal burning in it. So I took some of my loose sage and I put that on there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to smudge the jar by holding it over the sage, burning here. Get that smoke to clear it. We're going to anoint this jar. It just gets rid of all negative energies. All the jars have already been washed, but we still want to make sure we do that. And the lid as well. So here we go. We're going to smudge the lids. All right. So the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm also going to do a little bit of spell work, magic work while I'm creating the oil. So I'm taking a bay leaf and I am going to write on it what I want to attract with this oil. And you can write anything. You can put life partner, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want, or, just the right match. You can put whatever you'd like on there. Okay. Okay, but you write what you want. Mine's a secret. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to burn this bay leaf on the charcoal. And as it burns, know that the smoke is taking your message to the divine energies, to the universe, and they are hearing your request. So mote it be, and it is so. Not to mention the bay smells so good. So I love to smell that. All right, so what goes in love oil? Well, first off, we have to take a look at different herbs because different herbs represent different things. Some of the herbs that I'm going to be putting in here, well, all of the herbs that I'm putting in here represent something to do with love. So I am going to be using thyme. Now, thyme is an interesting one. It helps you to be irresistible to the sex of the person that you want. So I would be attracting a man. You might want to attract a woman. You might want to attract whoever. You might, if you're poly, you might not care, but you just want to attract that person or that type of person to you, okay? Now, the other thing that I'm going to be using is rose quartz. And then, of course, we're going to have cinnamon sticks. We're going to be using rose petals. And because I want to make this to be love, I'm using red rose petals that I've dried myself. I'm using lavender. I love the smell of lavender, and it does bring in calming energy. And I want a nice calm relationship where, you know, it's mutual, it's compassionate, that kind of energy. So I'm bringing that in. Basil, which is also good for love. Cloves is good for love. Chamomile, and I'm using grapeseed oil as my carrier oil. So let's get started putting this together. Oh, the other thing I'm adding today is hibiscus, which I did not add in the last one, but this is for passion and sensual love. I thought, why not? Let's add this into this oil, right? Okay, so you have your jar. Now, the rule of thumb is you want to put 1/3 of the jar is your herbs and your stone or crystal, whatever you use. Now, make sure when you're picking your stone or crystal, whatever oil you're going to make, that it's a safe stone that will not leach out any kind of toxic chemical or mineral into your oil. Do not use black tourmaline. Do not use tiger's eye. Tiger's eye has asbestos, black tourmaline has mercury. You do not want that on your skin, okay? We don't want negative effects from our oil. We want positive effects. So as long as you're using something from like the quartz family, like your rose quartz, your clear quartz, your citrine, your amethyst, all of those stones work really well. And they cover a broad range of things as well. Even amethyst, it's not just for your psychic senses, it's to protect your, protect you from psychic attacks. So it's good all around stones, okay? So just be careful when you're choosing the stone to put in the oil. Now, the other thing is you don't necessarily need a stone or crystal in your oil. You could just use herbs, okay? So this does not have any essential oil in it. It is going to be purely the herbs with 1 rose quartz, okay? So let's get started. So I'm going to start with my chamomile since that's closest to me. And I'm going to go ahead and tip you down here so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. And I'm going to pull this direction. If I can get my, well, maybe not. All right, there we go. All right, I just want you to be able to see everything that we're doing here. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 3 pinches of chamomile. And I am going to ask for this chamomile to release its energy. So you can do any kind of blessing or prayer, but I always ask for each herb to give us its energy. So I ask this chamomile to please release its energies for love into this oil. To whoever wears it will feel your energy and you will help them bring the love they desire. So mote it be. Next, I'm going to add our basil. So I'm going to pinch off 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. All right. 3, 1, 2, Guess I missed one. Okay, and 3. So I'm going to ask the same thing. We ask this basil to please release your energies into this oil so that we can attract the love that we desire. Whoever wears this oil feels your essence, so mote it be. Thank you, basil. So that's what we're doing throughout all of these things. Now I'm going to add, now here's the choice. And I couldn't decide, and I think I might go with these. I have 3 miniature red roses that I dried recently. And I think I'm going to use the whole head of these. I'm going to use this. I just feel like I'm supposed to. I was drawn to them. I also have rose petals here. So if you don't have the mini roses, you could go ahead and just use rose petals. So I have rose petals as well. But I'm going to use the 3 heads of roses. 3 rose heads, I guess is the way I should say it. Okay. We ask these roses to release their energies of love into this oil, so whoever wears it can attract the mate or person or love energies that they desire, so mote it be. So we have that in there. Now, don't want to forget thyme. Thyme is that one that makes us irresistible, right? So I'm going to take 3 pinches. 1, 2, 3. I ask this thyme to release its energy of irresistibility. Let whoever wears this oil be able to be irresistible to whoever they want to attract. So mote it be. All right. Next, I'm going to put in the cloves. We're going to do, once again, 3 pinches of cloves. 1, 2, 3. I ask these cloves to release their energies of love so that whoever wears this oil that they are in will be able to attract the love they desire, so mote it be. Next, I'm going to put in our hibiscus flowers. 1, 2, 3. I may have done that a little heavy, but I don't know. I feel it like I'm supposed to. All right. We ask these hibiscus flowers to energize this oil for love and sensual love. Let us attract that kind of love into our life that we desire. So mote it be. All right, and now I'm going to put the lavender for the calming energies, the calm and quiet and compassionate love that we desire. We ask that this lavender brings its energies into this oil, that you release it for a calm, quiet, loving, respectful kind of energy within that relationship that this oil attracts. So mote it be. And if you feel like you've made a mess, you probably have, and that's okay because at least they're dried herbs. Make sure that everything that you use are already dried. We don't want our oils to go and get bad on us, and they can get rancid if you use something that's not dried. So the next thing we're going to put in here is our cinnamon. Cinnamon is going to speed up the love to come to us. So we really need the cinnamon. Let's get this going. We ask the cinnamon to release its energy of swiftness to bring the love that we desire to us quickly. So mote it be. Thank you, cinnamon. All right. And then finally, we are going to add our rose quartz. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to smudge this rose quartz. I just want to make sure, well, if I can get my... There we go. I just want to clear it to make sure we don't have anybody else's energies on it. We want this to be pure. The reason being is we purchase our stones in stores or online. We don't know who's touched them. They could have been having a bad day. We want to make sure all that negative energy could be gone. All right. So we ask this rose quartz to energize this oil with its love energies, to reach into the heart center and to bring out that love energy and to attract more love energy into the lives of whoever wears this oil, so mote it be. And that's it. So we're just now going to add our carrier oil. Remember, I use the grapeseed oil that is organic because I want only organic things on our skin. And if we're going to use this as a love oil, of course, we're going to probably anoint behind our ears or at the back of the base of our neck. So we want to make sure that we're not putting anything that's not naturally organic on us. Now, we are going to fill this jar up just about to the top. Not quite. I've got maybe 3/8 of an inch from the top. Okay? The reason being is I want to make sure we have enough room that when we shake it, that stuff will actually move around and it doesn't get stuck. So we're going to take this now and we're going to shake it. We shake it to get the energies moving. We want this love to start to come to us quickly. Now we're going to just do this every day. We want to shake the jar. We're going to talk to this and say, bring us love. Bring us the mate that we want. Help our lives be filled with the love that we desire. And you just do that every day. Now we're going to take this and for one day, I keep it in a sunny window to get it to heat up. I want the oils to start to go into the herbs going into this oil. And the only way to do that is to warm it up a little bit. After that, I'm going to take this and I'll put this one on Urzuli Freda's altar. You can put it on your altar. You can put it just anywhere that you know you're going to see it every day and work with it. I work with the Voodoo Loa and I work with Urzuli Freda. I have one of her altars set up in my bedroom. That's the place she likes to be, in the boudoir. And so I work with her energy to bring in love. So this oil will go there. Now, you have to let it sit, and I'm going to put you back up here to see my face. And you're going to let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks. You're going to go through a few moon cycles to make this strong enough to be able to use. We want it to have all of its power. We don't want to waste any of this energy, but we want the most energy out of it. So 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks gives you, 3 moon cycles, right? So we want to go from, the full moon to the new moon. We're always going to start our oils on a new moon if we can, unless it's an emergency, and then we just put a lot more intent and energy into it. But you can light, like I said, I've lit this pink candle here that is anointed. Always make sure that if you're going to light a candle, if you can anoint it with a special oil, it makes it a lot stronger and more powerful. Always work with your incense, be it sage or bay leaf or whatever you want to work with. If you have a special incense that attracts love, that's a great one to use as well. You might want to use something like roses or a lavender incense, but any of those would work. So I hope that you make your own love oil and that it works perfectly for you and you find the man or woman of your dreams. And I'm going to hopefully use mine, and maybe I'll find love someday too. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial on how to make your own love oil. And if you are seeking a personal reading or any kind of spiritual service, I do weddings. So when you find your mate, come back to me. I'd love to do your wedding for you. Also, I do paranormal investigations. I do all kinds of things. This is the business that I choose, is to give you the full experience when you come to New Orleans, whether it's a tarot reading, a wedding, a paranormal investigation, or seance. I can do all of that for you. So you can contact me through Willowlemechant.com, which is my website. You can contact me through Willowlemechant@yahoo.com, which is my email address. And also don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell and share it with your friends, because we want to build this channel. And until next time, Be blessed.